Welcome back. Today I'd like to talk about the nature of a chakra. And as you might know, I have some differing opinions than what is normally seen out there about the chakras and how they operate and how they work for the yogi. And this is all very traditional and very well understood by the yogis. And it's what allows my students to progress very, very quickly in meditation because they have these fundamental understandings that work really, really well. So let's get into it. So first of all, what are the chakras? How are they happening inside of us, inside of the body? Well, you have a brain, first of all, and that brain is going to understand that something is wrong, something is in conflict. And so it doesn't really have a wonderful place to figure all of this out. It has to understand it in terms of you and your story. And so it's going to project it into you. And so something comes into conflict, some understanding up here, it comes into conflict and it's projected, for example, down into the heart. And we feel that conflict in here and we say, I feel hurt. Well, it didn't really happen here. It happened up here between our ears, didn't it? But it was projected down into the heart. And you actually feel the hurt in your heart. Same thing with fear. Something happens, something's not right. We need to be aware of a conflict that's taking place, and fear is projected down into the gut. So all of this limbic information which is taking place has to be projected into a place that we can begin to understand it for the story that we are living. And that's why we have all of these very, very animalistic projections that take place, animalistic reactions inside of the body. So I have this wonderful video about the animalistic nature of the chakras. And it's a really wonderful way to reach out to the chakras and understand them very, very practically. So we take it out from being something airy and fairy up in the sky and we ground it very, very practically with the physical sensations that we can feel as we walk through our lives. Those sensations, fear in the gut, hurt in the heart, words stuck in my throat, they're very, very visceral. You feel them in the body, and that is actually the chakra at work that's allowing you to feel that fear, feel that hurt, feel that love, feel that word stuck in my throat. All of that is possible because of this process of projection. As it is projected down into the body, it's not really there. It's not really happening there. In the same way that a person can have a heart attack or they can have kidney pain, there's no sensory nerves in the heart or in the kidneys, and so that pain is projected to a different part of the body. I have a backache, I have a chest ache, I have a lower backache. But the problem is not actually happening there, it's happening internally. In the same way, we feel hurt in the heart, but it didn't actually take place there. The conflict was up here. And if we change our mind about something, we'll notice that something shifts in the heart. Just because we've changed our mind about something. We have reformatted our thinking about it. We have reframed our understanding of what happened, and suddenly the hurt is no longer there. The fear is no longer there. So that means the brain is actually in control, and it's projecting these feelings down here. Now this is a little hard to get a hold of sometimes, but this is much easier to get a hold of for the yogi. So the yogi says, if I can just ohm into all of the chakras, I'm going to cover all of my bases. I will ohm into all of the chakras, and therefore I will silence this limbic material for a little while so I can go into deep meditation. I will reverse the process of attachment and go into deep meditation as I ohm into the chakras. Really important. Amazing technique. So we were talking about this wonderful process of Om Japa into the chakras with my students on Patreon. You're more than welcome to join our satsangs we're having, our questions and answers. It's really been wonderful. I constantly get really great feedback that it's been really, really helpful. I'm so glad. And so we were talking about the chakra, and I wanted to explain that it's really continual. Like I said, it's a ghost inside of the machine. And so I drew this wonderful picture. This is a very traditional view of how the chakra is working. And my guru, Ashokji, told me that every chakra has an origin and a doorway. So back towards the spine, that is the origin of the chakra. That's the really small, silent part of the chakra. And then out here at the front, you have the doorway of the chakra. That's the door. What do you use a doorway for? You go out and you meet people, right? So at the front, that's of every single chakra. At the front, that's where you go out and you meet everybody. That's the doorway of the chakra. In the original Kriya Yoga, as we are using the Om Japa, we want to get back to the origin. So we can approach this in two different ways. We can Om at the front of the chakra, and kind of like a Pac-Man, or kind of like peeling an onion, we can get back towards the origin of the chakra. So as we Om, we're thinking to ourselves, I'm going to progress to the origin as I continue to Om into the chakra. Or I could start at the back side of the chakra and Om towards the origin as well. Both of these are very, very effective. Both are very, very good. And the proof to yourself is that the chakra begins to feel clean. So how do you do this? I'm going to Om into the chakra. I'm going to feel the chakra. I Om into the chakra. I feel the chakra. What are you doing? You're creating a relationship with that chakra. This is a very, very big deal, because a lot of people, they get a technique like this, they get a Kriya like this, a technique like this, they're not really paying attention to what it is actually doing. But when you feel how you are, physically, mentally, spiritually, and then you do a technique, and then you feel yourself again, well, now you begin to get proof of what you're doing. You begin to understand that what you're doing has a consequence. It's actually working. The proofs and this system of getting to know the chakra, getting to know your chakra, you can't get to know anybody else's, right? It's just you. It's just your chakra. As you get to know your chakras, it's a system of biofeedback. The 4 proofs that I teach, they are a system of biofeedback. And that biofeedback, it means I do something, I check how it worked. I do something, I check how it worked. I do something, oh my God, it really worked. And you go back with this energy. Oh my God, it worked. And you go back and you do it again. And you go, this is really working. And that intensity of proof to yourself, nobody can give you that. I can sit here and talk to you. I might inspire you a little bit. But when you get the proof, it will inspire you so much. You'll go, oh my God, it works. It really works. And then you'll go back. You'll go back to the doing, and you'll be inflamed. You might even mess it up a little bit because you're so excited, but that's okay. You'll get over it, right? The big thing is you'll be inspired and you'll do it again, and it will work even more, because now you and your subconscious know that it works. And so your subconscious becomes more invested. And so more of your mind goes into what you're doing. And because of that, the technique works even better. So setting up this relationship inside of each chakra, I Om into the chakra, I feel the chakra. Okay, I didn't feel much. All right. I Om into the chakra, I feel the chakra. Maybe it's different. I Om into the chakra, I feel the, whoa, that's different. Okay, something happened. I don't know what it is, but something happened. Okay, wow. I Om into the chakra. Wow, it's still different. This is amazing. I don't know what's going on. That's it. Now you have a relationship. And this feeling, it might tend towards a feeling of being more and more clean. In fact, I had one student, he said it became so clean it started to disappear on him because he started to go into the freeze very deeply and he couldn't find anything. So that's great. More clean, more clean, more, where to go? That's fantastic. I love it. But this idea that everything's getting more clean. And it's really working because whatever you had, okay, I had an old hurt in my heart. It was down there somewhere, I don't know where. And I ohmed into it and it cleaned out. That's fantastic. It's magical. It's really magical because it has a direct relationship to you and your personality, how you feel about life, how you feel about yourself. And as you do this, everything feels lighter, everything feels better, and you're walking around and I don't know why I feel better, but I have to relate it back to meditation and this crazy thing that I'm doing. It's actually working because I have the proof. It's really magical. Now look at this picture one more time, and we have a lot of chakra practices where they are talking about accentuating the chakra, awakening the chakra. They're talking about expressing through the chakra, getting more energy into the chakra. Now, between the origin and the doorway, which side of the coin do you think that they are concentrating on? That's right. They're concentrating on the doorway. So how am I different here? I'm concentrating. And Ashokji told me, concentrate on the origin. Why is that? Why would I do that? Because there's bliss there. There is silence and bliss. So we're not getting into more expression. You will come back into your life and it will automatically open and express. That's beautiful. But we're not worried about that in meditation. We want to go back to the origin and feel the bliss. Feel the silence. Feel the cleanness of wiping everything out. And so it's a polar opposite of what a lot of Kundalini schools and chakra schools are trying to teach. They feel the opening and they feel the expression and they love it and it's good. There's nothing wrong with it to a certain extent. But the Kriya Yogi is taking it so many steps deeper because he's going backwards to the origin. So going to the origin, it leads us to bliss. So I started feeling bliss in the heart and I started feeling bliss in the throat. That's where it started for me. Then I started feeling bliss around the diaphragm, and I think I wrote to Ashokji and I said, I'm feeling bliss here and I'm feeling bliss here and I'm feeling this bliss and I'm feeling, and I was really trying to get a category. I didn't really get a category. He just wrote me back. He said, so you're getting lots of bliss. This is great. And he was very happy with how I was progressing. And he said, now I want you to go back and try to find bliss in every single chakra. My gauntlet set, I love it. Give me something to do. Give me something to aim towards. Because if you can find bliss in every single chakra, your whole meditation will be very blissful and it will transform your consciousness and you'll have a more powerful surge towards the brain. You'll have a more powerful roll-up of consciousness towards the brain. A deeper tranquil breath, a deeper freeze, and a deeper roll-up to the brain. You see? That's the purpose of feeling all of this bliss, besides every other wonderful side effect of feeling a lot of bliss. Somebody wrote to me. He says, I have a problem in meditation. I'm getting so much bliss, it's a little bit distracting. I love these kinds of problems. I just love them. It's like we've got third world problems and we have first world problems and now we have yogi problems. I don't even, what is that, 0.5 world problems? I don't know what to call that. That's like a negative world problem. I don't know, like a -1 problem. So okay, gauntlet set. I went back and I kept going back and I kept going back to the origin, and pretty soon I was feeling bliss in every so I would ohm through each chakra and I would reach the point that every chakra was blissful. And that has progressed to the point where I can merely rest my mind on any chakra and I feel bliss. I feel the beginnings of joy. I feel and if I keep it up, I'll go just, I'll just, It's too much. So, but if I do it lightly, it's very nice. So the picture I shared with you, I believe I shared a similar picture in the Big Bliss, and that goes through the roll-up of consciousness. It's very, very important to understand all of that. I hope that you love this. I hope it gives you a deeper understanding of what we're doing. We are nailing that ghost to the wall with our ohms and getting back, we're wiping it clean so that we can feel the natural, the pure, true nature of the chakra, the sahaja nature of the chakra, all the way back to the origin, which is bliss, when we get all the way back there. So gauntlet set. I hope you love it. If you did, be sure to hit that bell down below so I can see all of you.